Hi, welcome back to Digital Learning. I'm Connie Colosi, Director of Media Text and Digital Learning, and I have with me here for this episode Mr. James Wilson. And Mr. Wilson is a Technology Integration Coordinator in the Department of Digital Learning, and by the way, he is available to come out and work with you and show you all these great things we're discussing here today. We have been talking with a teacher, Dr. Sterner at Largo Middle School, and visiting her classroom. And so, James, she is working with a platform called Quizizz, and this was something you introduced to her, correct?
Correct. Dr. Sterner, as we were getting ready to prepare for the end of course exams, she wanted a way to review what had been covered throughout the year in a format that would be engaging but still meet the standards and could be monitored by her.
So what would you typically see when a math teacher wants to go into review for the algebra EOC? What would you see?
Typically what we see is either kids get a very large packet and are asked to somehow, some way fill out that packet, or on the other end of the spectrum we see where the teacher will now just spend large periods of time directly instructing on previously taught subjects.
All right. And so, as we could see in the beginning of this segment, there was a lot of engagement, a lot of activity around kids doing math, around teachers circulating the classroom. Let's look a little bit closer at the application Quizizz. So can you direct us there?
Okay. So what you do is you go to Quizizz.com, which is Quizizz.
Okay.
.com, and you sign up just with your work email, and you create a password, and you get instant access. They will ask you to verify your email later, but once you're in, as you can see, we're in mine. You have the option of searching for already pre-made quizzes, and there's thousands of pre-made quizzes from everything from math to world languages, and at every grade level that K-12.
So are these things that this organization has curated, or are these teachers who have put this information in here?
They are teacher created, so other professionals have created and shared their quizzes with the public, whoever wants to use them.
All right.
And so, other than searching, you can also create a brand new quiz on your own if you want to. The great thing about Quizizz is the reports, and in the reports, you can see that it will give you the students' information. It also tell you how they performed, gives you an accuracy, and for those of you that have emails of parents, you can actually email the report of the student's performance directly to the parents.
Okay, so one of the things that we really are very concerned with here in the district is student data privacy. And of course we have data sharing agreements with anybody that we're sharing student information with, but we are not sharing student information through this platform. How does that work?
Okay, how it works is the teacher, if we go back and find a quiz, and so I'm going to click on play and homework. And so once I'm ready to go and I've decided, the only thing that I give to the kids is this game code. So I don't input any of their student data, not their names, birthdays, student ID numbers. None of that goes into the Quizizz platform. As a teacher, you do have to make sure that you provide either the students put in their first name, last initial, or one of the options is to give them all an what we call an online character, where they always sign in and use that, and that way the only person who knows who that actual student is the teacher and the student. And so it provides anonymity,
Anonymity.
anonymity, and it keeps kids engaged, because then they don't have to worry about other kids knowing how well they performed.
Well, especially in middle school.
Yes.
That's a barrier, right?
Yes, that is a barrier, and that's a way to overcome that barrier.
I found that middle school students would really rather look bad than dumb.
Yes.
And so if there's any chance that might be shown that they don't know something, they would rather create a distraction, and then, that's where we all fall apart.
Right, so creating that list of online characters is actually a good way to avoid that.
Yeah. Okay, so teachers are using this, then we saw her using it in class, but I saw you click on the homework piece here. Okay. And so this gives us an opportunity to provide some practice that the kids do at home.
Yes. At a different school, another teacher who also uses the Quizizz platform, the good thing about Quizizz is that it also, when the kid finishes the quiz, what they will get is a report on the questions they missed, and it's up to the teacher whether they can be shown the right answer or not. This teacher chooses not to show the kids the right answer, but because this is formative and we're hoping that they learn and grow from it, he then says that outside of classroom they can retake the same Quizizz as many times as they need to until they have 100% proficiency on the Quizizz. And so what it does is he'll set a time window, so usually it's 24 hours. So from the first time they play it in class, they have 24 hours within that 24 hours to go on and correct their errors. And the thought is that they will go home, look at the problems that they got wrong, and either through their notes or watching a video or conferring with a parent or sibling, they'll figure out what they did wrong and how to correct it, and then they'll go and fix it on the Quizizz, and that way everyone has 100% by the end of that 24-hour window that the teacher allowed.
So this really ties in. We hear a lot about cultivating a growth mindset.
Yes.
If I take a math test and I do poorly and I get a big fat F on it, it only confirms what I thought I knew about myself, which is that I'm not good at math and I hate math. If I'm encouraged to go back and keep struggling with that math until I see what I missed and see where I did wrong, I begin to build my confidence in math. And you mentioned about the kids previously that when they have this idea of themselves not being good, it's important to overcome that. And
Yes.
It looks like Quizizz is a way that we can help them build that. Let's hear from Dr. Sterner's kids about this.
The EOC is like the test at the end of the course that we have to pass that shows that we've learned in this class and to get out of 8th grade, to graduate it.
So why is Algebra EOC so important?
Because if you don't pass it, you can't pass 8th grade.
There's a lot of activity in this room right now. That's not a typical math class. So tell me about what's going on in here.
Right now we're reviewing, so we have multiple things. We're using Quizlet to compete against other people to show what we know, and we're doing stations so we can write down and get our review.
So I know you got your cell phone in your hand, and a lot of schools are not allowed to have a cell phone, but what are you doing with that phone?
We're playing Quizlet where you compete against other people.
So you're actually like in a contest with the other people in the class? So what happens if you win?
We get a roar card.
A reward card. How often does this teacher use Quizlet?
We use it 3 out of 6 stations, and we've been in stations for a week.
Have you been using it for a while, or is this new?
This is new.
Is there any advantage to using stations and Quizizz over traditional math class?
Quizlet, it lets you see what you did wrong. So if you answer a question wrong, it tells you the correct answer and shows you how to
Show you how to do it, so helps you figure out why you got it wrong?
This is a high school course, so we're taking it right now. So we don't have high school, so we can take other maybe college classes in high school. It's an interesting way to learn math because like sometimes it'll show you a joke if you get it right, or like if you get it wrong, it'll like show you a joke if you got it wrong.
So he mentioned that sometimes you get a joke if you got it wrong, or a joke if you've got it right. What?
Yeah, so it incorporates the one of the social media things that's going on right now, which is a meme, and so it will put a funny little meme up after every question, right or wrong. The right ones is to encourage you to keep going, and then the wrong meme is just funny that hey, you still can do this.
All right. And we talked to one other student. Let's hear from her.
I am in Algebra 1. The teacher is Dr. Sterner. In this class, we learn basically algebra, which is supposed to be a 9th grade class, but since that we are in the IB program, we learn a grade higher.
What are you studying right now? What's the work that's going on in this room right now?
Right now, we're doing stations for review. We're supposed to be taking our FSA. As of right now, we're doing polynomials.
I noticed that you're working in groups and moving around. How does that help with the review?
It helps with the review because, you see, if we move around, it makes us think more about it, if you think about it. Because I believe that in gym, they said that if you exercise, you just get more function flowing through. So by walking around, you just have more exercise, you know?
It helps you process new information.
Yeah.
When you get to the station, what are you doing?
When we get to the station, depending on which station we are, every other station, it has the lesson that we're going to be reviewing. So it teaches us the steps on the top, and then we have to do the practice ones on the bottom. On the other stations, we have to do quizzes, which is where Dr. Sterner will make a quiz, we have to insert a code, and then we have to go through the quiz.
So you're doing the quiz, you're doing the work on the computer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of us also use our phones. We do that because you know how there's like a lot of testing going on right now? Because of that, the network can kind of get messed up, so that's why not everyone's using a computer.
What does the application Quizizz do for you?
Well, it gets us used to the format, if you think about it, because it really just helps like us kind of examining the answers, because we can do it on our own, but it also like teaches us like what we did wrong and which one's the right answer. So that way we can process like how we may have done it and how we can fix it.
So the Quizizz is actually giving you feedback while you work?
Yeah. Basically, it has a meme. So if you put in the right answer, it gives you a meme congratulating you. If you put in the wrong answer, it disses you. It says to do better on the next one.
All right, well, that's a pretty good testimonial there from Brianna. She is obviously very aware of what's happening. So if a math teacher, is this just for math teachers?
No, this is across all subject areas.
All right. So if a teacher is interested in getting a little more engagement and conversation going in their classroom for formative assessment, how can you help them?
They can reach us here at the district through the digital learning. They can check Chalk Talk for any of our summer PDs, and then we're available to come out to work with PLCs, entire staffs, or individual teachers.
Yeah, so it's just really just a phone call, and we can get going. And we can, help in preschool with planning. A really strong model is coming out and meeting with a whole PLC as they plan and focus their lessons. Well, James, I'm excited to have you join our department, and I'm excited to see all the teachers that you're going to help and work with. And thanks for sharing Quizizz with us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, thank you for joining us today on Digital Learning, and I hope that you will take advantage of the opportunities to work with our technology integration coordinators to get more technology integrated into your classroom for student engagement. Join us next time on Digital Learning.